Well, hello, everybody. This is Pastor Bert with your Sunday forecast. I hope that you are doing really, really well, that you're hopefully outside enjoying some crisp fall days. I love the fall, and I hope that you're, drinking apple cider and pumpkin spice, whatever, and all that. And I know it's difficult for some people because they look at this as a preparation for winter, and truly, winter is hard month for some folks. I get that. But what I want to encourage you to do is try to live the moment that you have in front of you. That's the only moment you have, really, and it's a gift from God. So let's try to kind of focus on where we are right now. Now, where I have been this morning is visiting with our preschoolers. Our preschool ministry, KUC, Kids Under Construction, has chapel. We do it once a month. We have 2 days of it. It's a staggered schedule because we have kids here at different days and different by different groups. And so for the last couple of days, I've been telling them the same story that I told you on Sunday, the story of the Good Samaritan that Jesus tells. I hope I told it a little bit more developmentally appropriate way to them, but the story of kindness and compassion. And I spent time with them sharing that story, so into that story. And also, we gave them some things. We gave them their backpack tags. You can see it says kindness on it. That's a focus area for their life in KUC now is kindness. They're talking about that for the rest of the year, the whole year, and that will be great. We also gave them some really awesome water bottles, really kind of sharp looking water bottles, kid size. It says Sterling Kids on the outside of it. That goes home. It reminds moms and dads about who we are and what we're doing. And also inside of it is this kind of neat reminder, sorry for the glare, of Trunk or Treat that is going to be this Saturday on 26th October from, 2 to 4 p.m. You can read it right there. It's free. And also, it's awesome. Now, we're going to, of course, have lots of treats. Maybe somebody will walk off with a trunk. I doubt it, but, wouldn't that be interesting? If we gave away trunks. So, anyway, sorry to be silly, but we will have that moment together on Saturday. I will not be there. We have a commitment to my daughter, who's a third year at UVA. It's parent weekend, and we've been working our way through that with her every year. So Gina and I will be away on Saturday. I'll be with you in spirit, and I know that you'll have lots of great stories to tell me on Sunday morning. So, speaking of Sunday morning, it's going to be lovely in our sanctuary. Outside, it'll be nice too, sunny and 60. Inside, it's going to be really pleasant, very comfortable, and 100% chance of shepherding. We will continue our work, kind of preparing our hearts to live as Christians through these kind of difficult moments in front of our country and our community. With the general election. And we certainly spent some time talking about doing unto others, the directive, the kind of instruction from Jesus to do unto others as you would have them do unto you, as you would hope that they would do to you. And we talked about kindness and compassion, humility, love, respect. And I hope that and I know that you are continuing to practice those things, not because you weren't before, but because our world needs it, and people are needing to see that from you, and to be reminded of that, like through little things like our yard signs, but also big things like how we are treating each other. So we're also on Sunday going to be talking about how we are not alone. We are not kind of cut loose. Now, I know that there are times in our lives that we might feel like, where are you, God? And I know people like that, and I felt that way myself. And it's a natural feeling. It's the kind of feelings that show up in our Bible. Certainly in the book of Psalms, there are moments where the writer goes, Where are you? What are you doing?" But in the Psalms, there's also moments where we have a clear reminder of how God looks at us and is present, is shepherding us through things. So we'll read from the 23rd Psalm on Sunday. It's very familiar. You may be able to quote it from memory. Lots of people learned that from the King James version of the Bible, and that old English way of speaking. And some people haven't, but my generation and others have learned it in that way. That's what we'll be reading on Sunday. It is a little bit different than the Common English Bible that we have been reading from. All of our English translations are translations from the original Greek and Hebrew and Aramaic. And every generation kind of uses and understands words in different ways. But I grew up with the King James version of it, and I spent some humbling moments with seniors over the years, not having a King James Bible, not having it written out, and trying to read that in a hospital visit or nursing home visit, read that passage from a translation that they were unfamiliar with, and you know, having a senior look at you and say, where did you get that?" You know, so there's a lot to argue about contemporary translations, but sometimes it's good to remember it in those really deep ways. So if you don't know it, I hope that you'll come to know it in a way that makes sense to you. But if you do know it and you know it in this particular way, a lot of people do, I hope that you'll find it resonating in your heart. So we will be reading these words on Sunday. "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod, and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever." We will certainly be spending time with that on Sunday, and I really hope that you will be able to join us. We worship online and in person at 10 a.m., and it would be a great pleasure and privilege to have you to be part of that time together. So please come and join us. One other thing I want to tell you is many of you have asked about Gina. As you know, she is with a team of other folks from her church and a different church um, in North Carolina. And serving the folks who are recovering from Hurricane Helene as it worked through. They're part of an effort called the Early Response Team. And this is a group that goes in and does some of the initial cleanup work. We have had ERTs as part of our ministry life here at Sterling, and I'm thankful for that. We're talking about how we can kind of renew and reconnect that now. But I know that you have been very faithful in giving and prayer and also putting together those materials that would be needed for flood buckets, for cleanup kits that are so necessary. And I want to thank you for that. She has had a really interesting few days. She's safe. We'll see her on Thursday evening. That's when she'll come back to us. And I know that there will be lots of work. There's years worth of work in front of the people of North Carolina and Georgia, East Tennessee, Southwest Virginia, South Carolina, North Carolina, obviously, parts of Florida, and years of work, months before septic systems return. So thank you so much for your prayer and concern for Gina, but also thank you for the many ways in which you continue to make a difference here and around the world. So listen, God bless you. Take care of yourself, and I will look forward to seeing you on Sunday.